Abhijñā has been translated generally as knowing, direct knowing and direct knowledge, or, at times more technically, as higher knowledge and supernormal knowledge. In Buddhism, such knowing and knowledge is obtained through virtuous living and meditation. In terms of specifically enumerated knowledges, these include worldly extrasensory abilities, such as seeing past and future lives, as well as the supramundane extinction of all mental intoxicants, asava. Pali literature. In Pali literature, Abhijñā refers to both the direct apprehension of Dhamma, translated below as states and qualities, as well as to specialized supernormal capabilities. Direct knowing of Dhamma. In SN 45.159, the Buddha describes higher knowledge, Abhijñā, as a corollary to the pursuit of the Noble Eightfold Path. A monk who cultivates the Noble Eightfold Path, who assiduously practices the Noble Eightfold Path, comprehends with higher knowledge those states that are to be so comprehended, abandons with higher knowledge those states that are to be so abandoned, comes to experience with higher knowledge those states that are to be so experienced, and cultivates with higher knowledge those states that are to be so cultivated. What, monks, are the states to be comprehended with higher knowledge? They are the 5 groups of clinging. Which 5? The body group, the feeling group, the perception group, the mental formation group, the consciousness group. What, monks, are the states to be abandoned with higher knowledge? They are ignorance and the desire for, further, becoming. And what, monks, are the states to be experienced with higher knowledge? They are knowledge and liberation. And what, monk, are the states to be cultivated with higher knowledge? They are calm and insight. Such direct knowledge, according to the Buddha, is obscured by desire and passion, Chandraraga. Monks, any desire passion with regard to the eye is a defilement of the mind. Any desire passion with regard to the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, the intellect is a defilement of the mind. When, with regard to these 6 species, the defilements of awareness are abandoned, then the mind is inclined to renunciation. The mind fostered by renunciation feels malleable for the direct knowing of those qualities worth realizing. Enumerations of special knowledges. In the Pali Canon, the higher knowledges are often enumerated in a group of 6 or of 3 types of knowledge. The 6 types of higher knowledges, Jalabhina, are higher powers, Ideva, such as walking on water and through walls, divine ear, Dibbasota, that is, clairaudience, mind-penetrating knowledge, Ceto-Parayanana, that is, telepathy, remember one's former abodes, Pabhinivsanasati, that is, recalling one's own past lives, divine eye, Dibbakakku, that is, knowing others' karmic destinations, and, extinction of mental intoxicants, Asavakaya, upon which errantship follows. The attainment of these 6 higher powers is mentioned in a number of discourses, most famously the Fruits of Contemplative Life Discourse, Samanaphala Sutta, DN 2. The first 5 powers are obtained through meditative concentration, Samadhi, while the 6th is obtained through insight, Vipassana. The 6th type is the ultimate goal of Buddhism, which is the end of all suffering and destruction of all ignorance. According to the Buddha, indulgence in the abhijñās needs to be avoided, as they can distract from the ultimate goal of enlightenment. Similarly, the 3 knowledges or wisdoms, Tevijja or Tivijja, are, remember one's former abodes, Pabhinivsanasati, divine eye, Dibbakakku, and, extinction of mental intoxicants, Asavakaya. The 3 knowledges are mentioned in numerous discourses including the Mahasakaka Sutta, MN 36, in which the Buddha describes obtaining each of these three knowledges on the first, second and third watches respectively of the night of his enlightenment. These forms of knowledge typically are listed as arising after the attainment of the fourth jhana. While such powers are considered to be indicative of spiritual progress, Buddhism cautions against their indulgence or exhibition, since such could divert one from the true path of obtaining suffering's release.